As we celebrate the Feast of the Transfiguration today, we hear about how Peter, James, and John were brought by Jesus up this high mountain. Traditionally, we see this as Mount Tabor. And I remember when we went up, we went up by bus, but my mother was looking and saying, "We could have hiked this. We could have hiked this." And back then we probably could have. But so there they are, with Moses and Elijah appeared, the symbol of the law and the prophets. And then after the cloud comes and casts a shadow over them, and suddenly, looking around, they no longer saw anyone but Jesus alone with them. Why? Because Jesus is the fullness of the law and the prophets. He is the fulfillment of them. And why did all this happen? It says that Moses and Elijah are speaking with Jesus. What are they talking about? Well, Mark doesn't tell us what they're talking about. But one of the other Gospels talks about that it's about his deliverance in Jerusalem. He's talking about his crucifixion. He's preparing for the redemptive work he is doing, where he is going to die. And not only is he preparing himself, he's also preparing Peter, James, and John. So that as they're watching, as they're paying attention to this, they're talking about, well, what does this mean to rise from the dead? What does this mean that he's being delivered over in Jerusalem? And then when he's arrested, and when he's scourged, and when he is crucified, and when he dies, there's something in them that says, but we saw him on the mountain. We saw him transfigured. What does this mean? If this truly is the beloved Son, and we're to listen to him, what does this mean that he died? And to keep them going through those days until the resurrection. And God gives us those peak moments in our lives so that when we're in the valley, and we all have been in the valley, we'll be able to look back and say, but God is faithful. God has promised that he loves me. How's the song go? You gotta walk that lonesome valley. You gotta walk it by yourself. But we walk it by ourselves sometimes, but we walk it with Jesus. That as he was on the heights, he also came down Tabor, and there in the valley he meets us there too. And so in the struggles of our lives, let us keep our eyes fixed on Jesus, knowing that he is faithful. That when we're on our crosses, when we're bearing them, we can say, but Jesus is here. He is faithful and he loves me. And even if I can't experience his love in this moment, even if I don't feel it right now, he is here. And he is going to get me through this.